Hey you guys, it's Christina. Today I'm going to share with you how I ate fully raw when I was in college. If you are living on a budget or in a tight space or have limited resources where you live, this video will be very useful for you. When I first got out of high school 8 years ago, I got a full ride to Vanderbilt University for art, music, and kinesiology. And I was given a small cubicle little dorm room with a small budget each week for food. How does one eat fully raw in a small box with limited resources on a small budget? Just remember this. The biggest tip that I can give you in these situations is that where there is a will, there is a way. And if you really want something, you will make it happen. I was just overcoming hyperglycemia and I was seeing all these amazing changes in my body. I was seeing my health improve. I wasn't getting migraines. I wasn't feeling sick. I was having energy. And I really wanted to be able to continue this healthy lifestyle in college. Now granted, that can be a very hard thing to do, especially when university lifestyle revolves around being social, around drinking, and all of those things. Despite all of that, I still wanted to eat my fruits and veggies, and I still wanted to be healthy and happy because I had never felt so good in my entire life. I didn't have a car, so each week I would actually take the tram or even some of those shuttle buses, or I'd have somebody take me to the grocery store. And with a small budget each week, I would literally buy by the case. Whatever it was. The most affordable things for me at the time were bananas, pears, and lettuce. I was in Nashville, Tennessee, so I actually didn't have a great variety of fruits or vegetables available to me. So each week I would go and I would buy a case of bananas for $28, and then I'd buy pears, and then I had a free meal plan to go to the salad bar at night where I would stock up with tons of spinach and greens and vegetables, anything that was in the salad bar. I'd pretty much eat at that place every single night. Now, how did I store things in that small space, may you wonder? Now, this is kind of funny. I would actually take my bananas and my pears or any fruits that I could get my hands on, and I'd keep them under the futon, under my bunk bed. So I would actually store my fruits under my bed. I got myself one of those little mini refrigerators and I put it in the corner of my room. At that time, I didn't even have a blender. All I had was a knife and a cutting board, a small refrigerator, and a little shelf on top. And I would make smoothies for myself, or I would just prepare a fruit platter, or I would just chop up some lettuce and sprinkle on some lemon juice. I know this sounds very simple for a lot of people, but I enjoyed the simplicity in this lifestyle when I first started. About 6 months after I went raw, I got a Vitamix blender, and I kept it in my dorm. But I will say this, without a sink, it was challenging. A lot of the girls found it funny that I would store fruit in my room and that it would totally smell the whole hallway with like tropical goodness. But believe it or not, they actually enjoyed it. I'll tell you something funny, was that when I first started stocking up my dorm room with a lot of fruits and veggies, a lot of the girls would kind of whisper to themselves. And I learned very quickly that when I kept it to myself, the more they thought something was actually wrong with me or that I had an eating disorder. So what I started to do is I went down the hallway and I started handing out free bananas to the girls, and I would tell them, hey, want to try a free banana? Let's go eat them in my room, or let's go watch a movie and we can have fruit together. Before I knew it, I was making smoothies for my friends in the hallway, and we were having movie late nights, eating bananas and eating salads together. It was actually really fun. So how did I have big salads and make smoothies without a sink? Yeah, this is one of the funny stories, but I will tell you that I had to use the girls' bathroom to use the sink and sometimes rinse my fruits or my vegetables. And I chose my battles very carefully. I like to eat things that were peeled. Bananas were great for this because I was able to peel them and I didn't have to worry about washing them. The salad bar was really great because the lettuces were fresh, ready to go to put in a big salad bowl and bring back with me to the dorm or simply eat in the mess hall. And granted, everybody would always be like, oh, there's, Christina with her big salad again. There's the banana girl. But I enjoyed it, and I never wanted to hide it, or I never wanted to keep it to myself. I just wanted to share it with people, because that's what made it worth spreading, and that's what made it enjoyable. To this day, I still get emails from people in college saying, hey, I remember seeing you in the mess hall. I remember you eating all those bananas and running around campus. And now they tell me that they see me on YouTube and it's inspirational and that they're trying to eat more raw foods themselves. Never be afraid of this lifestyle because you never know who you're going to touch doing it along the way. Some of the tips or tricks that I used while I was in college is I lined my bananas along the window to keep them ripe or under my bed. I would stack things on shelves And I would always buy my fruit or my vegetables once a week by the case to save up on costs. If you have a car, then getting fruits or vegetables will hopefully be a lot easier for you. But I definitely had one of those little strolley carts, and I would take either a shuttle or a bus or get a ride, and I would stock up on as much as I could each week just so that I could have my fruits and veggies available to me. I know college kids are on a really tight schedule, and guess what? When you graduate, it doesn't get much different than that. You typically have a schedule that you stick to. But for any of you guys who are listening who want to figure out how to eat raw between classes, I will tell you one of the most valuable things that you can do for yourself is to make a food plan. You know, wake up a little bit earlier, make sure you get in a good breakfast or a good juice or a smoothie. Make time for yourself at lunch. If you're scheduling your classes, schedule time in between your classes to eat. There were also times where I would multitask too, whether or not I would be sitting in front of my laptop and munching on my salad or bringing my smoothie to class. There were always ways to make raw in college happen. If you're going to college in a brand new city or in a brand new state, it is absolutely beneficial to get to know the resources around you. Get on Google, find farmers markets, find every single grocery store near you, so that way you know when and where you can get your food and at the cheapest prices available. For those of you who are worried about the social aspect of eating fully raw in college, I'll tell you this, and maybe this will give you strength. I went the entire 4 years of college without a sip of alcohol. I still went to parties, I still had fun, but I didn't participate in the unhealthy aspects of it. And believe it or not, but being raw in college actually forced me to branch out and to find people who had similar interests with me. I found yoga groups, I found environmental groups, I found vegetarian groups, and I became a part of them. I started to intermingle with people who had similar passions, and it was really easy to have fun and be healthy with them. So never be afraid to live the way that your heart really wants to live. You'll feel better about yourself in the long run, I promise. Now that I live in Houston and I run a raw food co-op that, supports local organic farmers, and it feels like a blessing. It feels amazing. So if you're living in a tight space on a small budget, there's so many different things that you can do. Check out some of my videos on this channel on how to help you afford eating more raw foods, or little tips and tricks and recipes on how you can be more social. Stay true to your heart and just have fun with it. Appreciate the moments that you're going through, because one day they will help you to be that person that you know you will become or that you already are, and they will help you grow. Use them as growth opportunities. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video on how I ate raw in college, or perhaps how you can potentially use some of these tips or tricks on how to live in small spaces or eat raw on a budget. I have so much fun sharing these personal stories with you, and I hope that you enjoy hearing them as well. If you need more tips, tricks, or recipes on how to go fully raw, join me here, and please subscribe to this channel as I try to inspire you and teach you everything that I know, or even my experiences, to help you get healthy as well. If you liked this video, if you thought it was funny, if you enjoy hearing personal stories from me, please give this video a thumbs up, so that way I know what you like and I can help to make more of it for you. You can also leave your comments or your hugs below. I love getting feedback from our awesome community. I send you my hugs, my love, and bananas. Bye.